Hi, welcome back to my channel. This one's a little bit different than what I typically do on my channel. First, you may notice what I'm dressed like. You can see this is the shawl. If you follow me on Instagram, this is the shawl that I've been working on. I absolutely love it. I love that it has a nice cozy cowl and it's just so warm and cozy. And sometimes I like to have my arms free. They're not as warm as the rest of me, but my shoulders get, or they're not as cold as the rest of me. My shoulders get a little bit chilled and I like to have them covered. So this is perfect. I can move around and still be cozy and comfy in this. And the skirt, well, this wonderful skirt, let me show you. This is something that I bought specifically for the dinner that I'm going to talk to you about. Now, I don't know how many of you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, but I did put a couple little teaser photos on there about a dinner that Joe and I hosted here on Friday night. We've always wanted to do a dinner we call King's Landing style. Now, King's Landing is it's a historical village in New Brunswick, Canada, and it's much like Sturbridge Village or Strawberry Bank in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. That type of era, 17th century, and we love that era. We love that time period. We built our home to reflect that time period. And we feel like that dinner was brought to life even more so because of the feel that our home evokes, much to that era in time. And it certainly is where our hearts lie, both Joe's and mine. We love that era. He's not here with me tonight, but I wanted to be here in full dress. I love this skirt. Let me tell you, I love it. It is so comfortable, and it's wool, and it's warm, and it's got many layers. So I can see why a lot of the women back in that time looked larger than life. They had to wear a lot underneath. And it's kind of neat. I don't know. It kind of makes you feel the part when you're wearing the clothes as well. But like I said, my husband and I hosted a dinner here and King's Landing style. So we really went back to the 17th century. Everything was lit with candles and lanterns and very low lighting. We just... in the very beginning, let me tell you, we sent out an invitation. We hand delivered them. Now, we only hand delivered 4. 2 went to my husband's aunts, and 2 went to his sister and her husband, and the other to his brother and his wife. It's been a rough year for those of you who know. My father-in-law passed away in September, and just 1 month prior to that, his sister passed away. So it's been kind of a tough year. So we wanted to host a dinner for, the family. Just, it's our first Christmas without them. And we really wanted to just get together and have that time. So, we went back to the 17th century to do it. I'm telling you, this was so magical. And to capture the magic, we had our beautiful daughter-in-law, Lindsay. She is such an amazing photographer. And she captured that evening so well in so many ways. And I just want to show you all of it. I did not set my camera up for video. I just wanted to be in the moment and enjoy the time with our family and, not have to focus on filming or taking pictures. And that's why Lindsay was here. We just floated around. We worked along. We did, Joe and I fixed the dinner, and Lindsay went around, she took pictures of everything and everyone, and she just, you know, we all just kind of ignored her and she did her thing so that the pictures were more candid. And it just was such a beautiful time. It was such a beautiful time. The invitations that went out, I'm going to show you a picture of those, all done 17th century, including they were rolled up and we even put a wax seal on them. So we did not tell anyone ahead of time what they were going to, what the dinner was going to be like. We told them nothing. Initially, they just got the invitation, and so I mean, they kind of based it off of what they saw on the invitation, I guess. And then when they got here that evening, they were met with candlelight and lanterns, and Joe and I in our 17th century outfits. So it made it more fun, more real, and such a lovely, lovely evening. Now for the dinner, the feast is what I'm calling it. For drink, homemade cranberry apple cider and tea and coffee. And let me tell you, nobody had tea, nobody had coffee. Everyone had the homemade cranberry apple cider. So, and it was amazing. So we just had it all on the wood cook stove in a cast iron kettle and with a ladle, and we had a few cinnamon sticks in there and cranberries, and it was so good. We had a soup, a curried butternut squash soup. It was served with homemade sourdough bread. It was weeks of work and planning and research, but we loved every minute of it. And you know, I had the whole of last week, you could probably tell that, or you were wondering where I was, because pretty much all of last week I was kind of not on social media very much, not on anything very much, because we were behind the scenes here planning this dinner. And it was just, like I said, a lot of work, but it was so much fun. It was so much fun. It was totally in my element. So we had curried butternut squash soup with homemade sourdough bread. And for the main course, we had maple glazed turkey with gravy, baked ham with pineapple peach glaze, mashed root vegetables, creamed greens with pecans, roasted delicata squash with lady apples, roasted chestnut stuffing with sausage, cranberry orange relish with pearl onions and fennel. And for dessert, I served individual cranberry apple pies. And I mean, I think we all kind of forced dessert because the meal was so filling and so delicious. It was just, I can't even tell you guys. It was so amazing and so much fun. We truly enjoyed every moment of it, as you will see in the pictures that I'm going to show you. I just wanted to share all of this with you and, you know, let you know this is truly where Joe's and in my heart lies. Like I had said, we love this time period. We love, I don't know what it is. It's like being wrapped in a hug. We're trying so hard to pare down more and more and more as time goes on. We have the wood cook stove that we do cook on. We bake in. Most of our stuff gets done on that. We heat the house with it during the cold months of the year. And we light our home by lanterns and candles. Our electric bill is about $30 because we just really don't use that much electricity. And we love it. We love, we don't have, I want to say we don't have TV. We don't have TV, but we do have a TV. We have just a Roku, and YouTube is what we watch on there. We don't have internet. We do not have cable. We do not have satellite. We have not had any of that for several years. We do have a hotspot, on our phones, and our cell phones are the only phones that we have. There's no hookup here for phones. We have the phones for emergency. As you know, my husband is a type 1 diabetic, so backup is really good to have. But we like the simplicity of living very simply. We like doing things the old-fashioned way and cooking from scratch and grinding our own flour. I don't think I've ever shown you that before, but we grind our own flour. And, you know, a lot of the things that we do, we choose to do the old-fashioned way. And it is a choice. It's a choice that we love, that we enjoy. And our hearts, you know, it's in our heart. It's deeply embedded in both of us. And at some point, our biggest thing is that we are going to get a Bison hand pump for our well house outside. That is something that we've been wanting and talking about getting for several years. They're a little bit on the expensive side. They're, I think, between $1,500 and $2,000, and someday we are going to get that. And I'm going to manifest it into reality, I think. But we will have that, so that we will have our water source, our heat source, we'll have the cooking. We do, if you follow us, we do have an outhouse. It is a working outhouse. It is what gets used in the summertime. You know, if anyone's outside, especially our grandkids, they love it. It saves tracking in and out, and you know, when they're outside playing, they don't really want to run in and spoil the fun, so they like to stay outside. And I have to admit, it's a bit of a curiosity for them too. So I think, you know, going into the outhouse to go to the bathroom is a fun thing to do. So they line up for it. So without any further ado, I know you're dying to see these pictures. So let me send you into these pictures with a bit of music in the background. Enjoy.